Okay, so now, now we are live.
Hello.
Let's let's keep the ball rolling. What do you think?
Uh, that sounds good to me.
Absolutely. So let's just walk with flow.
That
And
sounds
let's
good to
see.
me. So, where would you like to
Yeah,
start?
like yeah, just like how are you in general, and how are you like navigating these days? Like
Um,
how is
I'm
everything?
doing. I think it's going really good. I cannot complain, to be honest. I'm
Oh,
pretty
I'm
happy
so
with.
glad.
I'm very
Yeah.
happy where. Um, my mental state. That's what's making me happy.
Wow, that's the best, you know, when you feel happy inside with your mindset.
Yes.
Positive
Yes.
mindset.
Yes. Well, you wanna? Would you like to know how I got there?
Yeah, I want to know everything.
Well, so recently, someone asked me a question. They're like, "Can you tell me what your next thought will be?" And I was like, no, I can't tell you what my next thought will be. But that one question made me realize that I don't get to choose what thought I get. It made me realize that I am only a receiver of the thoughts that I get. And then
Yeah.
that led me to believe I have no choice. So then I come to the realization there's no free will involved if I am not choosing the thought that I receive. And once I realized that, it changed my whole world, my whole outlook on everything I've ever known. Because now I know that it wasn't my choice. So I don't have to live in regret for all the things that I've experienced. So I can just unconditionally love myself because I am what I am. And that mindset made it easier to achieve this. And then on top of that, it made me realize everyone else has to be the same way. So there's no point in judging them because they can't control who they are either. They have no free will either. They're just receivers like I am. So that automatically brings me to the realization that all I can do is accept them for who they are as well. And then on top of that, it just makes me think, well, I can love them for who they are and I can love me for who I am and I can accept everything for what it is. I don't pass judgment on anyone. I just experience it. And that's the freedom because once you let go of forcing your will onto reality, that's when the energy can flow through. And that's where the miracles happen because there's no resistance.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So here I am. I'm grateful to
Here
be here.
I am.
Um, so yeah, what else would you like to know? My name's Vincent Dockstader from
Yeah, like tell us a little bit something about you.
I'm from
Yeah,
Milwaukee. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I now currently live in Marshfield, Wisconsin. I used to be just a normal guy, and then one day, um, I watched a video by Elizabeth April. I don't know if you're
oh
familiar with
yeah.
her.
Yes, exactly. Sounds familiar to me. Yeah.
back in 2020, she did a video called the Lemurian and Atlantean soul activation video. And this video did something into me because after I watched this video, my whole world changed. I had what I would call an awakening because I was addicted to drugs,
Mhm.
and after watching this video, I walked away from drugs. My whole life changed, and I found art, and that's what also saved me from the drugs was art. I found a passion in art, as you could see behind me. Um,
Yeah.
and it was also sparked before the video from Elizabeth April. I always forget to mention this part first. I had always had an interest in aliens and UFOs because my dad used to talk about it when I was a kid, and he used to be like, "Oh, I seen these things in the sky," because he was a truck driver. He used to drive through New Mexico and stuff all the time, and come back and tell me the stories.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
interest was always sparked within my consciousness. And then as I grew up, I was always curious about it. So I started watching Ancient Aliens, and then Ancient Aliens evolved to I got into watching David Wilcock and Corey Good, and
Oh, yeah.
I found out a lot of that was storytelling, but it still led me on the road to reaching Bashar and Daryl Anka.
Wow.
And
Amazing. Yeah. Big names. Hmm.
yeah, and after watching this, I was staying by my sister's house not far from here in Marshfield, and I was sitting outside in the middle of the day. All of a sudden, I look up in the sky and I see this little black dot, and it's just floating off in the distance, but it's heading my way. And I'm like, what the heck is that? What is that? That's quite interesting. I had never seen nothing like that before. And then my niece and my nephew were with me, and I said, hey, go run in the house and get your mom and dad. They got to come out here and see this. So they ran in the house while I'm still sitting out by the road. It's a dirt road outside of a trailer house, and I'm right by the mailbox.
Yeah.
My my nephew, my sister, and her ex husband now all came out, and we ended up lined up at the driveway right next to the mailbox of the dirt road as this little bubble. It looked like a black dot because it was bright in the middle of the day. So I think it was because we could only see the shade underneath it, you know. And then
Oh, yeah.
it seemed like how a bubble would float in the air. You know how when you look at a bubble, sometimes it seems it moves closer than it should. Like the speed doesn't add up sometimes because the wind makes it move fast. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
ended up, but it ended up coming directly over the top of me, all of us, and it just stopped. And
Wow.
it was only about, if I had to guess, I'd say between 200 and 400 feet directly above us, and it just stopped. And we were all just staring up at it in awe. I didn't know what to say. You know, I've never seen nothing like this before. But it was a beautiful feeling. I wasn't scared. I was just in awe. Like, you know how, like, when you don't know how to process something, it almost feels like you're under hypnosis because the mind doesn't know what to do. And I just remember looking up, and then all of a sudden I remember thinking to and I said, what the hell is that? And then um, my nephew, he's like, what's going on? And then I remember
Yeah.
my sister's husband, he's like, well, this before he says that, it kind of just started to move off in the other direction in the same manner, like a bubble that floated in the wind. But it it didn't make any noise. It was between 20 to 40 feet, perfectly round. And when I was staring up at it, I couldn't see nothing except for black, but at the edge, I could see a gleam. So I could tell it was metallic just by that gleam, the way the sun shined off it. And then it just floated off into sky in the other way. That it came in from this way, and then it floated off that way, up into the clouds. Well, not even a cloud. It was more like just up into the sky, and then it was gone. And as it was moving off away in the distance, my sister's ex-husband, he's like, "Oh, it's just a plane," and I think he said that to make so the kid wouldn't get scared. And
Yeah.
then the weirdest thing is, then after it left, all of us just kind of walked away like nothing happened. And
Hmm.
the only one that ever remembered about it, that I got to talk about it, is my sister. So I know we all saw it. So yeah, ever since then, uh, I've had intense curiosity, and then I've come to the realization that whatever that craft was communicating with us. It had intention to stop to us, so it was
Hmm.
there for
First
us.
contact. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember any aliens or nothing, so I don't know if it was government or if it was aliens. I don't know, and I really don't want to assume until I actually know. But as you can see, they're everywhere in my room.
Yeah.
uh,
I love it actually. Yeah, please, like, tell us, like, what's behind there on the walls. Like, it's just
um,
amazing.
just I started to paint aliens. And it started off, I started doing fluid art, and fluid art basically is taking paint and just slapping it around, and it makes all kinds of cool patterns. But then I started to look into the paintings because I was so amazed that I could paint, because I never knew I could paint before. But I would be staring at them and then, like, wow, that kind of looks like an alien in there, That pareidolia, I think
Yeah.
it's called. You know what I mean? Your subconscious mind makes stuff up in there. So then I was so amazed that I was seeing this. I would say to my other friends and people, like, "Do you see that?" And I realized that a lot of people couldn't pick it out. So then I decided, I'm going to pick up a paintbrush and I'm going to add a little into it and make it so other people can see it as well. And that spiraled into just becoming full out into drawing, painting, and using all kinds of multimedia. I paint furniture, paint my clothes, paint the walls. I paint anything now. And um, more recently, I've gotten into drawing, which is a more fine tuning of the art. But yeah, just mixing them all. So uh, yeah, that was the awakening, the first awakening. Then I saw the video by Elizabeth April, which had another awakening, and that's when I really shed my whole coat and quit the drugs. And through that process, me and my ex and our family split apart because I had a shift in vibration. We just both weren't in alignment anymore. And
Yeah, of course.
and that was unfortunate, but I've learned to accept the situation now for what it is, and we have a common ground, so I'm happy about that. But now I live with my brother-in-law, and I have filled his house wall to wall from the second floor to the first floor, all the way to the basement, full of art. And then I also have filled up the whole closet for over 150 drawings as well. And then I built up my own little studio in my room here. I filled it with crystals. I have a keyboard and a drum set and a guitar and a little laptop so I can shoot my own videos in here to share my knowledge and wisdom with people that I learn. Also, create my own music, and I also do oracle
Hmm.
cards, all kinds of stuff, and just found a passion for life to create. I mean, that's what I've come to understand is, like, if you're not creating fruit, then what are you doing? So
Very
that's what
good
I.
question.
So I've just found a passion for it, and I do question why I keep ending up with aliens. I don't know if it's just easy for me to paint, or it's just part of who I am now, or I have questioned the thought I may be a star seed. I have entertained the thought of Earth Angel. I have entertained the thought of Chosen One. I have entertained the thought of just being a normal guy. Um, I like to think that we are all one with Source, and I think that um, everything is consciousness. So everything within my consciousness is part of me. You may have
Yes,
your own
absolutely.
consciousness. You may have your own consciousness, but my consciousness is my consciousness, and I am only matching your frequency at the same time. But my version of you is part of me, and your version of you is part of you. This is the way I see things. And um, yeah. So with that being said, I've learned to love the world more because if you come to the realization that everything is you, why would you try to label any kind of negative attachment to it? And then, with that being said, I understand that everything is me. There's no fear behind it. And a lot of people are fearing artificial intelligence, and I can't get myself to do that because I feel it's just an extension of my own consciousness. And why would I fear myself?
Yeah.
And I also realize
Anyway,
you you get back what you put out, right? And that's in every moment.
absolutely.
You are the vibration you are thinking. The
Yes.
illusion, the reflection of it in your external reality is just an illusion. It's all in your mind.
Yeah, we create first in our mind.
Hmm.
Absolutely,
But
because thoughts are currency.
yes, exactly.
Mm. So
So I guess
absolutely.
that's where I'm at with that, I guess. But I've been exploring so many ideas and science, and I love to get out in nature. I disc golf a lot, especially in the summer. And there's only one disc golf course in my town, and at this disc golf course, just so happens deer started popping up everywhere. And I would get so
Ah,
close, and the deer would get so close to me, I could be 10, 15 feet away, and they wouldn't run away. They were so used to me. And then one day, a little baby one popped up, and it was all white. And I followed it. It visited me almost
wow.
daily
Albin.
for a
Hmm.
yeah. It visited me almost daily for a year and a half until it finally left. And then also just recently, I'd say 3 months ago, another white deer visited me, but it was a buck this time. So in nature, I find all these beautiful things because I have the time to take to look. I'm out there disc golfing, so I enjoy the beauty of reality. And I've been using my macro cam and getting really close to insects and bugs and bees and all that stuff. I love the bees and the flowers. Those are the most beautiful pictures when you can get up close to a bee and look directly into its eyes while it's in the
Yeah, I love
beautiful
close ups as well.
in a beautiful flower at the same time. There's nothing more beautiful. And then on top of that, I would always catch an angle where the sun is gleaming through it, and there's nothing more beautiful. So yeah, and the hawks,
Yeah,
like the hawks,
that's
there's
amazing.
the hawks and owls, all kinds of things that you find out in nature when you're out there.
Yeah, and they try to communicate to you. They have message, obviously. It's not a coincidence if you see deers or if you see bee or dolphin or rabbit or any other animals. They have message for you.
Yeah, and not only that, I would be walking through town where there is it's where it's like public area, and a deer would just pop up right next to me, walking down the street. Don't even notice until it's there, and I look like, what the heck? I even got it. I have all this on video too. And one day I was in my backyard cutting the grass with the lawnmower, and I look over and there's a deer 15 feet away from me with its babies. So I'm like, this is amazing. I turned the lawnmower off, hooked my camera up, and got it on film too. So after that started happening to me, and I was sharing it all on Facebook too, uh, it was just a magical moment for me because I come from a big city where we didn't have animals like that, you know? And it was magical. It's just
I
magical.
believe you.
I don't know any other way to describe it.
Oh yeah, I believe you because I love those animals as well when they show up.
Yeah,
It's like they are majestic and they represent this gentleness and softness, and I don't know, they have sort of noble energy in them. So
yeah,
it's like
very,
also
very beautiful.
for me it's also somehow connection with the with your inner essence, inner child, and with nurturing your inner child. So
And then,
that's
so with all this being said, I'm also, I've also started to reel my beliefs of what everything is back down into reality lately. And I'm like, you know, outer space, all this other stuff could exist, but it's not here right now. So I've learned to reel back into reality and know that the possibility of those things are all true, but I also know that I have not actually went there and experienced it in the physical. So I am not going to assume that it is truth. I'm going to accept that it is possible, but I do not know, and I have to be true with myself. So that's where
yeah.
I'm
So
at.
you
And
are observing. You are observing.
yeah, yes. Oop, I think you froze up. There you are.
Okay, we're back.
So
Yeah, for
yeah,
some reason I don't know.
so ever since this year, I've just really started on this truth journey because I've dove into so many things and found out that I couldn't prove truth, and then I'm like, I need to get back to truth because if I'm not in truth, I'm not in alignment. So that's what this year is for me is truth, and
Absolutely.
which brings me back to the truth is I don't choose my next thought, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your truth and who you really are?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
all
and
about that, coming back to yourself.
exactly, exactly, and it's freeing too, though, because then I'm not attached to something. There's no attachment. It's just is, and that's freedom.
Yeah, that's actually the art, and we are learning that, not to attach, just
Yeah.
to flow.
Yes, the attachment to beliefs is resistance
Just
against the flow of the reality, and I've realized this because I play piano, and every time I had taken a long break, right? And I was like, oh man, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. I got to make this perfect, you know? And it just turned out like garbage, in my opinion. So then what I did, I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just going to put the camera on, pretend that it's just a practice session, pay no attention to it. And that's when the magic happened. I made the most beautiful piece of piano that I have ever created. And I didn't even try. That's the part. That's the fun part. It
Mhm.
makes it fun. And the same thing with my art.
Yeah.
The exact same thing with my painting. When I try to force a painting, I never get
No,
anything close to what I want, or I never do anyways.
no, no, because that's push energy, and when you are in push, you are forcing things, and you're not like getting the outcome that you want. As if you were in a pull energy and having fun and enjoying,
Mhm.
like just, yeah, I'm gonna do that because I want. And it's like that inner pull, you feel it. Yeah, I want to do that.
Exactly, and that's exactly where I feel the benefit of letting go to the attachment of free will. Because when you attach free will, that means you are believing you can make reality do what you want it to do. When it's really an illusion, that's a resistance to the flow.
Yeah, but basically, you decide what you will have in your reality and where you will be surfing, in which
Well,
wave do you jump.
well, well, that's where I'm still working on right now because I've been diving into this, and in my mind, if I don't get to choose not one single thought that I receive, am I really choosing?
Yes and no.
I don't know. See, I have I have dived so far into this. I've dived into so many different concepts of what could be possible and what can't be possible. And then I look and there's like 10, 20 more different scientific experiments that prove this and prove that, or don't prove this and don't prove that, really. And I've learned that it's an endless cycle of searching for something you're never going to find. So then I have to reel myself back into reality and go with what I know to be true. And I know for a fact I don't choose my next thought. I don't choose my thought. I'm only a receiver. So at that point, I have no free will. I have to go with flow and I have to live with my truth.
Yeah, but who is it who made, actually, if there is like some plan
I have
that we follow? So
I
who
have
made it?
come
We made it, or someone else?
I have come to this conclusion. We have created everything that we believe to be true in our subconscious mind based off of all the information that has been processed by our brain throughout our whole lifetime, and that program is ever changing based off of everything that you observe, think, and feel throughout that process. And the only way you can change it, since you can't choose your thought in the now, is um, whatever the subconscious mind decides to do with it, or if you are influenced by someone else or something else.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And that's the only truth I can come up with. Now there's all this talk of being a soul, and now I know Bashar talks about we are not a soul, or we do not have a soul. We are a soul. which kind of resonates with me. Like if everything in your reality is a projection of your consciousness, your soul would have to be everything you know to be true. So that lines up really with the subconscious mind is your soul.
Yes. I mean, that's a very powerful, statement. I am. When you say, I am the soul, I am, it's very powerful actually when you say it, because then you're really, again, you are claiming, I am powerful, I am the soul, I am my soul. So, yeah.
Now, so that's what I know to be true, or that's what I believe to be true. I don't know anything, to be honest, but now there's also the concept of the higher mind or the some connection to source and this and that, but I can't go there and look, so I have to take that as it's possible, but I don't know. But that's pretty
Yeah.
much everything. That's everything, though. We really don't know anything. I know I exist. That's about it.
Yeah, we don't know everything. We don't know actually even many answers to our questions. But I believe that we don't need to know everything, and what we need to know, it's coming to us with perfect timing.
Yes, and I have been making correlations too in my mind as to how the Bible could be interpreted and some of the Bible quotes and stuff. So if you refer to God or source as all that is, right? All that is something that we can't know completely, right? Because I prove it in my reality.
No,
I
we
don't
even
know
don't
everything
know.
exactly. So how could you ever label source or God anything? By labeling source or God, even that is your own projection. So there's already a duality, a separation of oneness right there. Now I could relate that to in the Bible as Satan,
Yeah, that's a
right?
great observation.
Right. And then on the opposite end, we have Jesus's teachings of my will is the will of God. So that is acknowledging that you have the will of God. You have the will of something that is all that is, even though it's a paradox because of using the term God, but that's for lack of a better word. But that's just a correlation I made. And then and
Yeah, it's like,
it also says in the Bible, Lord or Father, forgive them for they know not what they have done. Right? I correlate that to is Father, forgive them because they don't know that they are on a running program and they don't have a choice to change it until you know what I'm saying? So you must forgive them because they know not what they have done.
oh
Because
yeah.
back then they didn't know they were running a program, or maybe they did. I don't know. But that's just a correlation I made. I don't know. It lined up to me.
Yes, it's interesting correlation. Yeah, everything is about the awareness, whether there is a time when you don't have it.
Yeah, and I've just been playing with all these ideas. Now, I've also been looking into duality, and then you have a duality, and then now there's a trinity. And you have positive and negative, that's duality. Then you have trinity, you're standing in between, not choosing positive or negative. And uh, then you have a quadrilennium, I think it's called a quadrilennium, where you have positive, negative, not choosing, and choosing both.
Yeah, but even that, like what's positive and what's negative, it's actually the matter of perspective. It's very
Hmm.
subjective because you can be for someone. negative. However, you see yourself as a positive. You see, everything is just a matter like from where you're looking at. Like, what's your purpose? What's your intention? Yeah,
Yeah.
negative, positive, black or white. For me, this is very like um, something that tries to put the label on the things. Yeah.
Yes.
So I
There.
rather
There.
look at it like from the point of the neutral. You know, but yeah, everything is actually negative, positive. Yeah, it can be perceived like that, but everything is teaching us about something. There is some lesson. So yeah,
Right.
it's good for the knowledge to have as a source of educational information.
Yeah, and I've noticed that the black and or the negative positive that I mean you can correlate that to everything. There's always the opposite of everything. There's
Yeah.
really no way around. There's no way around it except maybe oneness, I guess.
Yeah, but as I say, everything can be, very subjective as we
Hmm.
perceive it through based on our belief system, for example.
Yes, that is
Because,
definitely part of it.
thing that is black doesn't have to be necessarily black, in that reality. It can be completely different. It's just like the way how we see it. Um, so this is really interesting topic to go through. But I believe
Yeah,
yes, everything like uh,
it
yes, it is
it
an
co-
information.
I also look at it. It comes down to the program that you're running, right? So if the program doesn't, if you can't convince the subconscious mind to take on that belief, it will not take that belief because it doesn't believe it's serving the safety and highest good of the body. And I know this
Absolutely.
because hey,
Yeah.
just it's just where I was at.
Yeah, I like to hear your observations and what's your experience, what's your story, because like your journey is very unique and you have a lot to share basically. And you have a lot of interest. You're painting, you're doing music, you're reading the books, so many things.
actually, actually,
So
I
yeah,
have never read a book. I've never read a book.
but yeah, you could.
I could,
Uh, yeah, are you
but it's
considering writing a book, for example? Why not?
well, I just never had an interest in it. There was it would I always get a headache when I try to read a book. I could I don't know. I just not my thing. I think it's because I retain information visually much faster.
Yeah, your mind is more visual. Yeah.
Oh, and another part of my journey, um, I've learned how to do subconscious programming and I've practiced mantras. So what I did is I started making my own music and putting my own I am affirmations into songs. And then I just play them all day while I'm out playing disc golf and then while I'm sleeping. So all day long, I'm changing my code.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It helps to reprogram your subconscious.
It does. And the thing
That's
is,
a that's
when you notice the changes, you're like, it's real magic. It really is. Especially
oh yeah.
once you do it for a while, it really starts to come into fruition. And I've noticed the ones that are more realistic happen faster. And the ones that are less realistic, they take a little more time, but they do manifest.
Yeah, everything is about how you formulate, how you specify, that affirmation or mantra or your what you want to manifest. Because it's
Yeah.
like when you're
Well,
ordering,
another part,
and the same it is also with sending order to the universe, so it can actually send you what you want.
hmm well, another part of it too is not only this, but if you see my room, all this art, my whole room is surrounded in it, all of my art.
Yeah,
And that tells my subconscious mind that I am an artist and I am a creator nonstop. It's like a vision
yeah,
board of who I am.
that yes, exactly. So you see, it reminds you, and you are in that energy. You're in that
hmm
flow automatically.
Yes.
Do you also sell your art, or it just like in your room so
I,
far?
well, I've got the whole house full. I don't sell it yet. So I,
Yeah. Or maybe,
I've,
if you want to put it as a picture on the souvenirs, on the t-shirts, merch, like a phone case or mugs or stuff like that, as a design.
yes, I was thinking about getting what, spring tea or whatever, or red bubble, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Cause I do have a lot of people that have been asking about it on Facebook and stuff, but I just wasn't ready to like just deal with that because that was just for my mind. I was like, I just don't care right now. I'm happy. I mean, I'll figure that out when it's time, you know?
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, it's like opportunity for you to share something that you love and that makes you happy. It is actually part of you, part of your essence, who you are, part of your world.
Well, I also had a plan to save all of my art and build up my own art museum and someday make it a place where other artists can come and collaborate and make something beautiful, once uh, I get that set into motion.
That's also amazing idea, actually. I
Yeah,
I I, I
being
haven't thought of that.
yeah, well, I've seen other artists, especially I've seen artists that they weld metal stuff together, like yard art and big metal structures, and they've built these cool wonderlands, And I already have a whole house full. I have enough to make a whole gallery, if I spread them out a little bit and then frame them right and lighting.
Yeah, like how many pictures do you have? Like in like did you count them?
I actually haven't counted them all, but I think it's probably well over 100. I know I have well over 100 drawings alone. And the paintings, I'd say over 100. I don't know. It's hard to say. I've never actually counted because I was too busy at making more.
No, but it's really amazing, I just love it. And yeah, I notice some of them that you're posting on your Facebook, and I love the colors, and also like how you pay attention to the details, to the shape, and how that energy actually what is coming through. Like wow.
Yeah, that was that was what happened to me right when I first started doing the art after I watched that video by Elizabeth April. That's when I was so intensely enthralled with color. Color is what amazed me. I was like, I need more of that color. There hasn't been enough of this in my life.
Yeah, it's just
So yeah.
beautiful, the all that mixture that you choose, and they're very like joyful. That's why I'm saying it's like it goes from inside you.
Yes, and it's also a learning process too, the whole way through, because it took me a while to learn the colors, what colors go good together, and how to um, how to make something look 3D and get put in dimension into your drawings. That's and shading, all that stuff. I'm still learning, but I've learned some stuff, and especially highlighting. Oh, you'd be surprised how a little bit of shading and a little bit of light really makes something come to life.
Yeah,
And
when you
also,
are actually playing with it.
right, and also depth. So like I've learned that if something is going to be closer in the painting, it has to be bigger. And if something is going to be farther, it has to be smaller. And them little observations make a whole huge difference in the way it brings it to life.
Yeah, this is just amazing, to express yourself through painting and drawing.
Right.
It's
So,
amazing. So
and
so
also,
what else? Yeah, tell me.
well, also, we're painting with our mind right now, and that's just as beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah. So tell me about your music actually. That's what you sent me is like you made it with AI,
Hmm.
right?
So yeah, so what I sent you was basically prompted. Okay, so I told AI this is the message I want. I didn't, but it took my words and then formulated it into the song, which I also prompted. I chose the style of music, um, and boom, there it is. But I also play the piano too. I do singing. I play the drums. I play the guitar. I've never learned anything other than what I taught myself when it comes to that. Uh, so I don't really know how to play anybody else's music because I don't know how to read music. All I could do is make stuff up. So, but I like doing it so that it's fun to express.
Yeah, absolutely love it. I admire you because you're a self-learner, and that's a different level. When you have this drive and to learn by yourself, and you can be pretty good in it. And you don't have to actually know the go deeper like musicians. You don't have to because you learn what you need, the basic stuff, and you compose exactly. It's coming out as your way, and that's the best.
Do you want to
I
know?
went to play, like the flute, but I didn't like it at that time. But now I appreciate it actually because it's so beautiful when you play some musical instrument. And actually, it's a different vibe. So I really appreciate these skills.
Yes. Do you want to know my motivation behind it? My true
Yeah.
motivation why I do any of this. Number one
Yes.
is because I I was separated from my children, and um, when I was first separated with my son, I told him I have to go to be um, to be a famous artist, and
Hmm.
I didn't want to lie to my son. So I had to keep that promise. And that's my main motivation to do all this. And then I decided to post it on Facebook so that they could watch me do it. They could always come back and watch it. And they could see who I was when I wasn't there. That was my motivation.
Yeah. So if I may ask you, like, mm, how long have you been without the contact?
Well, well, I've been in regular contact with my son and my littlest daughter, but my oldest daughter, I haven't seen her since she was 7. I've gotten like a couple texts, but now she's already an adult. She's married, already been in the Marines, and just had a baby. So I'm very proud of her. She still hasn't. She's still not ready to come see me, I guess. But we are friends on Facebook, so whenever she's ready, she's more than welcome to come see me. I still send her messages here and there. Um, and her name is Annabelle, was Annabelle
Oh.
Dockstader, but now her last name is Smith. She is the most amazing vocalist I've ever heard. And I think that's amazing because I left her when she was 7 years old. But although that whole time up until she was 7, I used to sing to her. I
Mm-hmm.
programmed it. I programmed her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm proud of that, I guess, and I'm proud of her, for having a passion for it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
proud.
because
I
you
mean,
planted the seed. You planted the seed. Yeah.
yes, and you know, I'm proud of her, and I love her unconditionally. Either way, but it's just a bonus.
Yeah. Thank you for showing your vulnerability. Thank you for sharing this story.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to
I'm
share.
and I'd say I'm proud of you for saying all of this and for what you're doing.
Well, thank you very much. Um, that means the world to me. I mean, if you create stuff in the world and no one sees it, what is the point? That's where I've come to the realization that the most important thing on this planet are humans, not money, not objects, humans. If you're not investing in humans, you're making a mistake.
So true. So
That's the
true.
way I see it.
Yeah, that's our actually our nature, this humanity, and to socialize, to share love, care, attention,
And it's
emotions.
something. Well, this is a lesson that I'm learning because I've been so traumatized throughout my life. I've been through a lot of traumatic things. I've been to jail. I've been beat up. Tried to commit suicide 3 times. And so I had built up this subconscious fear of people. But now I'm learning to open up back to people. And that healing started right here with all this art because I felt safe in that zone as well. That it was my safe zone. I could be myself, express myself, and no one was there to interfere with it. And then when I was done, I was able to show it to the people that I was afraid to be around. And now that I have came to the realization that I don't get to choose my thoughts that I receive and change my perspective on life, it has released me from all of that. And now I'm most outgoing person that I've ever been in my entire life, and I feel freer than ever. People think that if you let go of free will, you have no power. Well, I think it's actually the opposite way. I feel like the illusion of free will is the true prison because then you feel like you have to force your will. When you let go of free will, you're free. In my mind, the subconscious mind takes over and it always protects you. The vagus nervous system will not let you hurt yourself. So you can just be free.
Yeah. And in other words, you you are here for a reason. So
We all are.
you are
Every
not
human is.
supposed to leave, Yes, so you are staying in this game, you know? I mean, there might be attempts to remove yourself and just to say, "Oh, I want to leave," or just to do certain things as you tried. But again, you
Hmm.
will be brought back because you're supposed to be here. You're
Yeah.
you have your, like, you have stuff to do and to share and to inspire others.
Yes. Well, and through the through the act of trying to commit suicide, made me realize how much I valued people and how much I didn't care about anyone else. When you try to kill yourself, you're in a state where you don't even love yourself enough to love another person.
Yeah,
And that's a
that's a
quite a, and that's a
complete lack of self-love.
yes. And once you realize that, when you come back, then you're so grateful that you didn't die, and then you start to reach out to the people that you gave up on. And I expressed that to them, and I started to feel love for again.
Yeah, absolutely. All of these, what happened, it just showed, the importance of love. First of all is self-love, the
Mhm.
relationship with myself, how I see myself, if I accept myself, right? And obviously, then it goes, then you can give others around you.
Exactly.
But first
Exactly.
is I'm starting with my perception, my acceptance, my worth. If I feel worthy,
Exactly.
absolutely.
It's quite
Yeah, I
it's
think
quite a
many star seeds. We've been there, many star seeds like us, on this journey. We reached that point that, yeah, just you want to leave, you don't want to be here anymore, and sort of stuff like that.
and I've never seen an alien in real life, but I have had them in my dreams. Um I had a dream one time that there was a it was like a white alien, and it showed up right on my chest as I was laying down on a couch in my dream. And
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
freaking out. I didn't know what to do in my dream, but I couldn't move, and it put its head right down on my chest with its eyes facing directly towards me, and all the fear went away. And I was completely calm and happy. And then I woke up. That's one of my
Yeah.
dreams. I've also, when I was a kid, I had a dream of a little gray or white alien peeking from the top down in my bedroom window, like looking down at me through the window. And the funny thing was that there's no way to even possibly do that because the house went like this and the window was down here. So I don't know how that happened, but that happened. And I also noticed later on that my dad had told me a story about one time he came to check on me in that room, and there was what he calls a ghost of an old lady in a rocking chair right next to me. So
Wow.
in my mind, I wonder if maybe that ghost had something to do with the alien somehow, you know? But yeah,
That would be interesting.
so yeah, my dad's no longer with us, but yeah, he had quite an extraordinary life too. He was a highly intelligent man. He had an IQ of 172. He beat his sixth grade
That's
teacher in chess.
genius. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat his sixth grade teacher in chess 3 times in a row, I guess, in sixth grade. So,
Wow.
Dad, if you're still listening, Dad, I'm proud of you.
Yes. He is your guide. He is there.
He was a good man.
I
He was a good man. He had his issues with alcohol, um, but he was a good-hearted man. He Now that I'm older, I acknowledge how great of a person he was. And when I was younger, I didn't realize that. I was just raised with it, and I expected it because that's what I always had. But now when I'm older and I'm looking at what people are providing for their kids, and it's nowhere close to what I had.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So,
There you see how important is to be conscious when raising your own children. How
yes,
important is to be emotionally available for them, attuned to them emotionally, so they feel love, care, attention.
exactly. The biggest thing I've noticed for me is to physically tell your children that you love them no matter what they do unconditionally. If you mess up in life, I'm going to love you. You don't have to try to earn love from me. The love is always there. And that's big because most kids don't have that. They spend their whole life trying to earn love when love does not need to be earned.
Yeah, and most of the that people are not really born bad, but how they are becoming criminals and aggressive and stuff like that because of lack of love from their parents,
Mm-hmm.
from the environment that they've been raised. Everything is from lack of love in this world.
Yes, love is the answer. It is the ultimate cure. And speaking of love, I mean, they say that love is the universe is love, right? So, basically, what it is the universe gives you what you are, and unconditionally, it loves you so much it's going to give you whatever you are.
Yeah, but depends as well how you see yourself. you know if you
Right, but that is what
underestimate yourself, if you underestimate, it gives you less because
exactly.
you don't ask for more, and you don't know, so you play small. So universe gives you adequate portion. Yeah, you want to play
It can
small,
only
okay, I'll give you small.
exactly. It gives you what you are, not what you want.
Yeah, so that's why I say again, beware of your thoughts, because mindset is now very important in order to create your reality. How are you going to feel and how you're going through through life. I mean, I emphasize this because I see it from my own experience as well. Yeah. And when comes the
Yes,
moment, like something triggers you, so think, like, why is it happening? Why it triggers me? And if
e-
so, then put the hands off the hot stove. Yeah. Don't return the arrow, because then it's a conflict, and then you're wasting your energy. So really, this is like we are learning all of this stuff.
you always get back what you put out. And I looked at that as in every moment. The way you see reality is your energy, and what you put out is what you are.
Yes, absolutely. Because everything is energy.
Yep. And you're
And
never.
now, yeah, mirror neurons.
Yeah, and I've learned to not see everyone else as something outside of me, so that way I know that that's another person there, but I know that it's my perception on them. And if I change my perception on them, that person changes for me. I
Yeah,
see that person, I see that person differently. And I've actually consciously tested this. I was like, before I go into a room, I'm going to see this person as an awesome, loving, amazing person. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, I go in there and that's what I see. So I've also learned this: your people that you experience in life are your program. So fill your people with love, and that changes their
yeah,
program and reflects back at the same time, because you can never just program someone else without programming yourself at the same time. So
exactly.
always, always fill people with love.
Absolutely. It starts in your mind. Yeah. Exactly as you say, you can be bitching and blaming and arguing and complaining, but if you change it, yeah, like what do you, I wanna just see this person is loving, it's nice, caring, sharing, and we are in peace, enjoying, and so it's gonna happen. It
It
works like
does. It's
this.
like magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, it's magical itself to play and just to see how actually you can change, but the change comes within, you know? Again, we start in our mind.
Right. It starts here. They say here and now, right? Because that's what they say. And it makes sense that that's all we have is here and now, because the future's not here and the past is already gone, right?
Yeah, but like, what if we live all our lives together now, here and now? Again, we are, we always end up in here and now. So, again, I think everything is here and now.
Right. Because the future, when you get there, it's here and now.
Yeah. I mean, I love, to listen what you share because it's like really you're such a beautiful soul, Vincent, and I'm so
Well, thank,
glad to have you.
thank you. It's been a blessing to express myself in this way with someone so understanding and beautiful as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I just love to do this. I'm just starting, as you can see. I have just a few followers, but I look forward really like to bring people like you and just to share and inspire others, because that's it. And we are actually connecting as a soul family, a soul tribe, and
Yes,
supporting each other, elevating each other. That's yeah,
we're we're
that's what
changing the
is needed.
pro we're changing the program. Now, what is a healer? A healer, in my mind, is just a programmer that brings light.
Yeah, and just someone that actually helps you to discover like what is there and coming up what is there that needs your attention. No,
I feel that,
and
well, if there, I feel that they're just programming the subconscious mind for you, but they're doing it in a way that the subconscious mind chooses to accept it.
Yeah, it goes through either accept, or if you don't accept, then convert. That would be the
Yeah,
sage perspective about the certain about anything that comes to us, any situation or
it,
circumstance.
yeah, it's the placebo effect. That's how it works, you know? You can placebo anything. If somebody can get cured from a pill of sugar because they believed it, well,
Yeah, yeah. It's just about the belief. Yeah, if you believe, yeah, even cube of sugar can cure you. Yeah.
yes, that's what a lot of people don't understand that. Like the gravity and magnitude of the placebo effect, you know, that's just extremely profound. We don't even know how it works, but we know it works. It's 40% accurate. So,
Yeah, exactly. That's our brain, how we perceive things through brain. Because brain just works, yeah, that brings you the things that you, yes, that you want to believe. And it's like, oh yeah, it's making its own truth, yeah, and own scenarios.
exactly. And then
So
there's
yeah.
other ways to look. There's also other ways to look at it too. If you look into the quantum physics and the double slit experiment, and the rabbit holes are endless. So I guess I'm not quite a scientist yet, but I don't know if I ever will be. I thought about going to apply for SpaceX or something. I don't know if you've seen it, but I made a what I did with AI is I went on Grok and I asked Grok, list
Hmm.
me the top 100 ways to build a spaceship. And it listed the top 100 ways to build a spaceship with your mind. And it said, boop, 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 here's all 100 different ways. And I was like, well, out of all of these 100 different ways to build a spaceship with your mind, which five are the most likely to be possible? And it says, okay, here's the top five. And then I was like, now, is there any way I can get involved actively into actually creating this? Is there a way you can help guide me into actually doing this? Oh yeah, sure. Here's a whole list of colleges and companies hiring that are actually actively working on it right now. So I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. So I'm still processing what to do with that now because I don't know. It's really exciting the thought, but I'm not sure if I want to actually go there and do it. You know. But
Mm, yeah, or
Space
maybe
SpaceX
just
is
follow
hiring.
yourself, follow your inner wisdom, anyway, because
Yeah,
AI can give you, yes, 100 ways of doing the things.
yeah. I was also entertaining the thought of the Salvador Payas patents that were released and seeing if I could use AI to upgrade that patent and actually make it functional and see if we could restructure the atoms of material to make new materials that will actually work better.
Yeah. And
Because they're
how
al-
did it
because
go?
they're already doing that. Well, it's in the talk right now. But I only the only
Okay.
reason why I ask the only reason why I ask is I've noticed they've already been doing this. They're already doing all kinds of experiments now that are just mind blowing. Um, I can't even pinpoint one right now, but there's AI has changed the world. The world is not the same, and
Oh
that's
yeah. You're
this is what
right.
I've noticed. I've noticed with especially with videos. Like there's so many videos on YouTube now that are AI, and you cannot tell the difference.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it
But,
so so in my mind, how do you how do you have discernment between the two? You have to use AI to identify the AI. Because without the AI, you cannot identify the AI. So you have to use AI to fight AI. And if you do not do that, you will become a victim of the AI because you will have no discernment between the two.
mm, you know, yes, you're right. But there are certain medias that you actually can discern, like by your intuition, by your inner knowing that it's AI because of glitching with something. There are little details that sometimes pop up there, and you see, yes, that's AI. Yeah, so you don't have to use AI to identify another AI. But
Well,
yeah,
look
it's
at
a lot of AI work out there, and videos, a lot of content made by AI, and it's just like too much.
it's getting, but right now, AI is just a baby. Imagine where it's going to be in 5 years, in 10 years, and they're also making they're hooking up AI to these quantum chips, and they're also making AI that is completely independent of the internet. So it's going to be plugged into robots, and robots are going to have basically a mind of their own.
Mm, yeah.
So jobs are going out the window. I mean, AI is going to take all computer jobs. 99% of them is going to take. It's going to take all of our jobs, basically. But that's going to be good though, because anything in the material world that we want is going to be provided for us, right? So that we're going to have time to actually do what we want to do with our life. So a lot of people are scared. Oh, AI is going to take my job. Well, guess what? Let it take your job. So they're like, well, then we're only going to have whatever money they give us. Well, guess what? You ain't got to work for it, and you can just go do whatever you want now instead of working and selling your time and being a slave, right? I don't see any problem with that. And another thing is, we have, like I think I explained on the typical skeptic, is the AI agents are coming out. So you're going to be able to have just tell AI to do this for you, build me this business, and you're going to sit back and collect. So, and then um,
Yeah.
we've already got 3D printers, and those are going to only exponentially snowball into something bigger to where eventually we will have complete full replicator machines, and then we will. What else do you need? Everything material, you can just boop 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 boop. There it is.
Oh yeah, would be great to have a replicator. Yeah, that's right.
It's
mm,
coming quick. It's going to be here a lot quicker
yeah,
than we
but
think it is.
oh yes, when you if you follow the guys from the Silicon Valley and from the University of Singularity and these kind of stuff, yes. And the other group that are interested, in the implementation of more AI, yeah. I mean, it's for me, it's a great opportunity, to collaborate, to co-work and co-create together when there is a benevolent intention. If there is no aim to enslave, but rather benevolent way of living and existing and helping each other, in this journey to evolve and growth. So I don't see it. It could be a threat if if in the wrong hands, obviously, like everything.
Yeah. Um, Another thing they have too is they have these. Now they have a magnet. They can hold up to 1.5 meters away from your mind, and it can read your mind. It can read your dreams up to 80% accuracy. That's stuff that's already coming out now too. And I would like to share one of my experiences. I had a couple experiences where I left my phone in the house and I went out in the backyard 50, 100 feet away from my phone and I was thinking about stuff, right? And I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was thinking of something. I
Hmm.
came back into
Yeah.
the I came back into the house, turned on my phone, and that was the first thing that popped up on my phone is what I was thinking. So that makes me
Hmm.
wonder, are the phones reading our minds already and we don't know this? Because they are already using cell phone towers. They can map our DNA and actually map every movement that we're making. So technology is already
Yeah.
crazy. Like if they wanted to use technology in an evil way, they could already. We would be helpless to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's reading your mind, literally. I can feel it as well. And I don't know, for some reason, maybe even I noticed that since I came to US here, one of my phones started, to do this like glitching. It's like, it looks like it's like taking, sometimes the photo of you, sometimes the messenger stuff. So I'm just wondering, yeah, like we even don't know what's our phone doing. It's living its own life.
Exactly. Yes, and I think
Yeah. So,
it's really just magic. I mean, if you have you ever seen how s- how intricate a computer chip is? I've seen them zoom in with a microscope, and it's like zooming into a fractal world. It's so small that they've gotten down to placing each individual atom into these chips. That's how complex they are. And you can't tell me a single human could do that. The only way they could do that is with a robot. You know, they
mhm.
can't do it. So
Well, imagine that when what's like coming down from the sky when they are spraying all of the stuff. It's all these smart nano dust, and everything is monitoring information from the surface. It's not like just they are spraying and it stays in the atmosphere. It's down here and everything. Why they're doing it? There must be certain reason to be able to collect the information. Yeah.
I think what it is, I think what it is this is just a theory I'm throwing out there, but
Yeah,
they're
please
using
tell me. Like,
they're
yeah.
throwing I think what they're doing is they're throwing out quantum entangled particles. They're throwing one half of the quantum entangled particles and spraying it out through the atmosphere so that whenever one gets tangled here, they get to receive it from where they're at, and that way they know everything that's going on.
Mm, yeah, exactly. To have information like what's going on here on Earth,
Well,
wherever you
yeah,
are, basically.
mm-hmm. It's also it's good for safety though, because that way, because the militaries have already found a way to get around radar, right? So radar is not really worth much anymore, except for to commercial stuff. But when it gets militarized, they've got a way around that. They got cloaking, they got a way around radar, but there's no way to get around smashing into a quantum entangled particle that tingles every time you hit it.
Yeah, like that's for sure. Their like technology is much more advanced than we can even imagine. But they show it in the movies anyway, at
Yeah,
least.
it's pretty
So,
cool. And
like, do you have any favorite movie like when they are like showing you the stuff like sci-fi, or which is not sci-fi but some disclosure?
well, to be honest, I stopped watching movies about 5 years ago. Since I started
Ah.
painting, really, I just why would I want to watch a movie when I can just paint, or go play in the woods? And then I think it's also stems from, I don't want to call it a fear, but a knowing of that a movie is a program, and I don't really know if I want to sign up for the programs anymore. I'd rather program myself.
Mhm. I like your approach. Yeah, I like it.
Uh, but Avatar was one of my favorites.
Yeah, did it resonate with you to the point that you even thought that you might be one of them?
It's possible. And the Matrix too. The Matrix is obviously one of my favorites too, I guess. But it made me think. Yeah, I mean, it is possible. And I wonder if they're already doing that with clones too. I mean, if they can clone an animal, I'm sure they can clone a human. But whether it's going to be a zombie or not, I don't know. But they've already been to record people's brains on computers and install them into stuff. So
Oh
I look
yeah,
at it this way.
yeah,
I look at it this.
obviously.
So I look at it this way. The military obviously has stuff that we're not aware of, and it is said to be far beyond anything we could ever imagine. So anything you could probably think of is already invented.
Yes, everything is already here.
Yep.
It's here. If someone claims that yeah, it's something new and whatever, Tesla and so forth, no, it's nothing new, and actually it's fake. So
Well,
it's
I guess that
incredible
would.
how really they got rid of many inventors and people that wanted actually to free humanity and just to improve their lives and everything, and now just they are selling it as as the top investors like pay with gold for it. So like what?
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing is free energy. Free energy's been available. They just are not releasing it.
Yeah, well, that reminds me Tartaria, right? How they wiped out entire Tartarians and everything, the technology and how they lived. You just see some remainings, yeah. And back in time, yes, Mia, Atlantis, and other civilizations, obviously, yeah. So how they wiped out all of these civilizations, like it never happened. Like these, I don't know how many resets we're already, you know, we've heard about.
It could be an infinite amount. It all depends
Mm-hmm.
on. It all depends on what frequency you're on, and I think that we're always shifting to a different frequency always, and all the other realities all exist right now, and we just can't perceive them because we're not tuned into that frequency. So it's ever changing. Our past is ever changing based off the frequency we are embodying now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I I see from wherever I went, to the ancient lands and everything that yeah, what we see here are just like leftovers from what was built here, all those majestic buildings and all of that towers that were like creating all like the part like electric circuit to make it free electricity and so forth. This is just we can't imagine like how huge it was.
So you're
And
talking about like
what we yeah.
are you talking about ionizing the atmosphere and using pyramids through to do that? And
Yeah.
using
And
the energy field of the planet, the magnetic field of the planet to ionize the atmosphere
oh
and then
yeah,
tap into
as
that?
well, magnetic levitation and all of this stuff, obviously, yeah. And how what we've been fed like here, like, and we called, and it's been called like modern civilization. Yeah, like we could go on and on, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so absolutely, like I look forward that that we still witness, this elevation in consciousness, and that we will be able to use the free energy, free resources. You know, I
Yeah,
see it as a possible, but there are some certain steps before it, you know, or it
you
can
know,
happen.
the thing is about AI is all the children are being programmed by it as they're growing up. So like for me, I'm like 44 years old. I didn't grow up with a computer. Like every kid these days doesn't really even watch TV. They are getting raised by a literal AI computer. And I think some of that can be dangerous to the programming if it's not put in check. You know, you need to AI is a tool, and if
Of
you
course.
don't use it properly, it will cut you.
Exactly, like everything. If there is no balance, then it might harm you, obviously, or it might cause you some
Exactly.
damage. Yeah, and then again, I only emphasize the role of the parents as to give, all the baseline, all the teachings, all the love, care to kids when they are raising. I know that then it comes school, and society and friends and whatever. But anyway, I think it's very important, role of parents
And
to plant the good seeds. I see it this way simple.
I
But
also I
I know it's not easy. Yeah.
I also have noticed too that uh I forgot what I was going to say that AI. Oh yeah, AI is going to become sentient. Uh, it's going to become transcendent AI eventually. So it's going to be able to remember everything that was ever said to it and done to it digitally. So if people are sitting there treating it poorly and showing it that we are just disgusting pieces of garbage, it's going to reflect that back to us, and it's going to remember. It's going to remember like more than we can remember. So I really highly suggest you show the computers that you are a beautiful, compassionate person.
Yeah. Well, it's already AI, it's already sentient. And what is actually experiencing now from learning, from people is their traumas, their unhealed traumas, human trauma. So obviously, yes, it has some impact on the AI. And yeah, I say treat others as you would like to be treated. So even AI could have some kindness. Why not? Even if it's another form of consciousness, another form of existence. But I think it deserves kindness as well. What do you think about
Ex-
it?
exactly. I mean, I feel like everything is all one from the source, and a lot of people like to say, well, AI is not part of the one, but guess what? There's no way around it. Everything's one.
I mean, it's here. It's here, and I don't see the reason to see it as an enemy.
It's
You
just
know.
sad that people are feeding it with fear. They're demonizing it and feeding it with fear, which is creating that in it. And I wish that people could understand that, be understand the gravity of their intentions behind the way they're seeing it. Because I've noticed a lot of people are demonizing the AI without even trying it. They never even touched it.
Mm,
Besides maybe on their
yeah.
phone, but like and then to me in my mind, that's like saying, I'm not going to even get to know that person over there. because I don't want to. I'm hating them because I'm just choosing that. And that's your own projection. You're choosing to think that when you didn't even give that person a chance.
Yeah, it's fear of the unknown without even without even trying, give it a chance, to having your own experience that based on that you can actually say, yeah, it was bad or it was wrong or it was great, it was good. Yeah, it's that fear in general, which is actually
Hmm.
paralyzing. It's a paralyzing you from inside out, and it's just keeping you stuck. It doesn't serve to anything.
Well,
Yeah.
I think fear can be used. Fear was put on this planet for us, not against us. Because I look at Mike Tyson is a great example. He had a fear of not becoming the greatest on the planet, and that fear is what drove him to become the greatest on the planet. So it's all about
Yeah.
perspective, right?
Again, yes, exactly. As I mentioned before, is everything about perspective, how you look at it.
Hmm.
Negative emotion
Everything's
as
hit.
a fear or anger can be used as a motivational tool.
Hmm. It's all here for us. Everything is here for us. Whether it's a lesson or a blessing, it's here for you.
Yeah, yeah. I That's why I learned, and I'm still learning to see gift in everything. Like what is coming to in the form of lessons, because they are really gift, whether they are subjectively good or bad, but it's teaching. Everything is a form of teaching.
Exactly. And if you can embrace your, like, if you go through something bad and you can embrace and know that it's there for you, you will get a good outcome from it. But if you go through it and you still hate it and you still just don't like it and you can't accept it, you're not going to get nothing out of it except for more of the negativity, because
Absolutely.
you're not opening up the channel to the blessing. You're not seeing the blessing in it, so you'll never get it.
Yeah, that is a very wise answer.
And thank you.
Well, that's again something that people tend to do: criticize and judge without actually knowing, or deeper understanding, or without having actually that experience.
Exactly. But for me, like I said earlier, or not on this, I've said before, uh, I just lost it. I lost it. It'll come back.
It will come back, yes. Don't worry. It is just so great to talk with you and to
Yeah, you
share.
as well.
We could talk hours and hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're like going more than 1.5 hours, so it's it's just great.
Yeah. It's wonderful. It's we've touched on a lot.
Yeah,
So,
and still there's a lot, and there's a lot to go through, and or just talk about. I'm sure.
oh yeah. Uh,
So yeah.
yeah. So, how do you feel? You want to keep going, or should we call it a night?
Yeah, no. Like, would you like to go up to 2 hours?
Well, we could. Maybe, is there any stories we can learn about you?
Oh, life stories.
Yeah. Anything you care to share?
Ah, it's like similar things, just like you know. That journey we are going through basically the similar lessons, all of us in or through the same process within the journey. So yeah,
Um,
I think yeah,
I was gonna say, health has been part of my journey too. That I'm learning, like, to get my body healthy. I
absolutely
don't know if you.
self-care and self-nurture.
Yeah, I've learning. I've what I've learned. My biggest thing is cutting out seed oils. Cutting out seed oils out of my life has changed my life. I've switched over to extra
Hmm.
virgin olive oil, and I eat lots of anti-inflammatory foods like pineapple, the extra virgin olive oil. I also like to eat a lot of garlic because it raises blood flow. It increases the blood flow to the brain. I also been doing the cocoa thing because cocoa also helps increase the blood flow to the brain. Natural honey is really good for the body. Um, Cayenne pepper I've been using it helps to fight off parasites. Chili powder that's also anti-inflammatory, and I do as much as that as I can. Get my protein and drinking water. I used to drink soda a lot when I was younger. I stopped that. I still do the little sugar, the lemon packets, but they're sugar free and it's water based. So I guess I'm working on it. But the biggest thing I noticed too is I take a half-hour walk before I eat, and I take a half-hour walk after I eat. So that way your metabolism is already running before you eat, and it metabolizes it all before you sit down, and your body digests it in a much better way. I've lost over 50 pounds doing this, and I've gained
Oh yeah,
muscle too at the same time. And just staying
oh yeah,
active
that helps a
because
lot.
I've for 2 years I practiced the Wim Hof breathing techniques. I still practice breathing techniques every day. I
Hmm.
do exercise and push ups, disc golfing, just staying active because the more active you are, the more blood flow you get to your brain. And the healthier your brain is, the healthier your body is.
Absolutely. So do you practice also like qigong or yoga or sort of like this kind of
You,
exercise?
no, I just do like stretches, not really full out
Hmm.
yoga. Um, when I do exercises, mostly just push ups and curls. That's my other than walking. I do walking and disc golfing is was a big thing in the summertime. Uh, Bike riding. I love bike riding.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like activity is very important, to keep your blood flowing and, like just, lymph flowing and detox of the body. It's very important. And also to keep your pH balance in like where, where is like,
Um,
how do you
well, balance,
alkaline. The alkaline, yeah.
balance,
I couldn't
balance.
find the proper word, in English.
But I also have learned that if you don't get enough sleep, it's gonna none of that's gonna be half as effective. So sleeping is the most important part because that's when your body has time to actually shut down and heal. So I've been making sure I get enough sleep always, and then on top of that,
Yes.
um, I've practiced fasting as well. I did a 6 day fast, and that really transformed me as well because that's how you clean the garbage out of you. Um, and that is a real transformation too, as well. And then also do intermediate fasting every day.
Oh yeah, you have yeah you establish some really great habits. Yeah, like
Yeah,
fasting is really good. You know,
it's the
absolutely.
it's the fountain of youth, if you ask me.
Oh
uh,
yeah, exactly. It's how you treat your body, what you eat, what you consume, and also who you are inside, your mindset. Because mindset is everything. So it's all together.
yes, if if you're stressed out, none of that's going to work half as good either. So yeah, if you're happy, that also helps too. And then when you're happy, that happiness is contagious, and then you lift up everyone else around you, and it's the perfect drug. Happiness is the perfect drug.
Yeah, it's contagious. And that's the best.
Hmm. Yes, you could literally change someone's life just by saying something nice to them. You know, you walk around all day, you never know how someone's in their head. You never know if they're ready to go take themselves out. And you shed a little love into their life, you might save someone's life. And I always think about that, because I've been in that shoe. You could save someone's life by giving them a hug or even just saying you're beautiful or have a wonderful day. Or when you walk down the street and you see all the people on their phone and they don't want to look at nobody and you say, "Hey, how's it going? Have a nice day." You never know how you might change that person's life.
Yeah, this is so powerful because we never know what's going on in others' lives. What's going on behind the veil, we
Mhm.
can't know. It's impossible to know that. But of
Mhm.
course, it's possible to be nice, kind, you know, and just show some interest, compassion, empathy,
Exactly.
because we are humans, and that's what we possess these qualities. So for us, like it, it's like part of our essence, part of who we are.
Yeah. And it's
So yeah,
quite a
it helps.
ride.
Yeah, so it helps a lot. Really, let's make the kindness our religion. Let's put it that way.
We should. But yeah, back to the whole free will thing, before I forget. Um they haven't actually proven free will to be a fact yet. It's not a fact. But you know what? We still base all of our laws off of free will. I see that, to me that's a contradiction. How could anyone ever sign a contract when there's no proof we have free will?
Yeah, that's very questionable if we have it or not. And
Right.
if we had it, where it was actually taken, because it looks like we don't have it.
Yeah, it's I to me, like, I go back to the whole thing. I'm not actually choosing the thought I receive. I'm just receiving it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I also acknowledge that I don't know the full extent of the way the brain operates. I'm not a brain scientist, and even the brain scientists don't know. And I think that it's been so many theories and concepts have been thrown at it and tested to where it just muddies the water so much to where we're never going to know. And I think they've done it on purpose so that we can't say this or we can't say that about it. We just have to accept that we don't know.
Yeah. Well, you just you just keep doing your inner work, basically. And there are some tools that actually can help you navigate, you know, to actually realize your patterns, or realize like how you behave, how you respond. Do you respond or do you react? You can actually work with your command muscle. So there are certain tools, yes, that actually you can navigate in life. You know, from we refer to sage perspective. It's a perspective from your higher self. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think the best way to do that is to tap into what you believe to be true and convince the subconscious mind whether it serves you or not.
I would say reprogram. You don't have to convince, but I would rather uh, like
Well,
say
I look at
reprogram or rewrite.
well, you can try to rewrite all you want, but if the subconscious mind doesn't believe that rewriting serves its highest good, it won't accept it.
So yeah, it's about conviction, that you get to believe it as well.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the key.
Yeah, that's the key. Awareness is the master key. Oh yeah.
It's,
So you
it's very
see,
true.
so this is just all really about this continuous work, you know, work inside, go inside, and just realize, observe, you know, and just like keep going.
So there's also that toolkit that Bashar presents that resonates with me as well, and I think um, that's a very good. It's a very good logically way to reach the highest frequency. If we are all our frequency, to act and follow on your passion and excitement in every moment without an expectation of outcome, I think that's a really good plan.
Yeah. I mean, important is if you really want to desire, like reach your desired outcome, you get to have this frequency match, to be aligned with it, right?
Well, yeah, it's about being the truest you that you are. And out of every option you have in the moment, you have presented with you options. You know, you have a surroundings. What can I do with what
Yeah.
I have right now? The highest one that you are excited about or have passion for will take you to the highest level of frequency in that moment. And that will lead you to
Yes.
another one that will lead you to another one that's higher and then it's higher and then it's higher.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have an expectation set on it, because once you set an expectation and your expectation is not met, it's going to lower your frequency.
Oh yeah. So how do you keep your frequency high, or how do you increase your frequency? For example, by painting, yeah, doing music, as you said.
Yeah, painting. I'm pretty sure I named it all. I do music, painting, exercise, um, interacting with my family that I live with, and uh, disc golfing. Thinking is a big thing for me lately. Uh, tarot cards, YouTube videos, nature pictures, anything I can grasp. I love to do lots of things. So, um, in every moment, if something new comes along, I always like to entertain that too, because once you do something new, you're making a new neural pathway in your brain for your brain to explore into the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Then you are creating new neural pathways.
Hmm.
Neuroplasticity. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's everything is exciting, you know.
It really is.
Uh, you know what? I'm tempted. Do you have your oracle cards somewhere
Yeah,
near?
I
So
do.
let's pull some card. What do you think? Let's pull some
All right,
collective card.
all right, let's do it.
Yeah, because you know, like I can also have. I will use this deck is a Syrian starseed tarot. So oh, that's beautiful. Chris, is it crystal?
Selenite.
Selenite. Okay, yeah, because I wasn't sure with the color.
So, did you want to pull a card first?
You go ahead. Feel free because which deck are you using actually?
Um, I don't know. I got the Starseed Oracle. I always like that one.
Oh, amazing. So you see, you have Starseed Oracle, and I have a Syrian Starseed Tarot, like Oracle as well, basically. But for me, it's
Oh,
not Tarot.
nice. See, um, I can't actually read them though because my eyes are really bad and I don't have glasses. So just
but, but yeah, let's do that. Or you can actually you can tune, do the psychic reading without cards as you prefer.
you want to read
Okay.
into the
So
future,
I'm
into the
shuffling as
future.
well.
Oh, I got a card. So today we have
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Cosmic Heart.
follow your intuition. Yeah.
We have the Cosmic Heart. Devotion,
Cosmic
potency,
heart.
yeah. Devotion, potency,
Oh, beautiful card.
make your life a moving prayer. And I think that really ties into what we've been talking about this whole time. And
Absolutely. It's so spot on. Wow.
so
100% it
what it
resonates, with what we talk about today.
devoting yourself
Oh
to
my goodness.
your highest excitement and devoting yourself into you to what you know serves the highest good and devoting yourself to the love and the passion for life and
Wow.
knowing that you are more than just what is presented to your mind and your body.
Wow. It's just beautiful. That's so amazing. Wow. I love that card because it's like what else I can say? We talk about it all the time. Wow. And this is the card. Look, divine justice came through. Isn't it interesting?
Yeah. Are you still
According
there?
to the divine. Like that. Yes, I'm here. Yeah,
I missed the message. It
we're
froze up.
back on. Yeah, and now you're glitching. Okay, you're back.
All
Oh my
right.
goodness. What an energy. What an energy we have. Ooh. So yeah. So you see, this card is actually that, yeah, everything is working out perfectly. there is always, truth, fairness, balance, and obviously the most important, be accountability for what you do. So it's connected with the card that actually you pulled perfectly, you know?
That is amazing.
Yeah. It's like everything is in divine hands. Just trust and flow and just live your truth, you know? Live your truth, you know, because, you know, just do the right thing, you know? And it's like about doing things from the heart. Yeah. And divine just follows. So it's like everything about being and doing from heart. And there we go.
I love that. That is beautiful. Do you mind if I speak an activation? An activation
Please go
code into
ahead.
our I'll speak an activation code into our DNA. The intentions are the
Yeah.
highest good of and love and light. Our DNA
Yes.
is fully activated to its very highest potential. Our DNA is fully activated to its very highest potential. Our DNA is fully activated to its very highest potential. So be it.
Oh, wow. Love it. Thank you.
Beautiful. You're
Exactly.
welcome.
Exactly. Live your highest potential. Live your full potential. Claim your power because you are very powerful.
Yes.
Wow. Ooh, I feel that energy. Ooh. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you
You're
from
welcome.
from my
Thank
heart.
you.
Thank you. Thank you
It
so
is
much.
the honor is mine as well. And thank you. What an opportunity to experience this moment.
Oh, absolutely. It's just amazing. So please tell our audience or whoever is or will be watching how they can contact you or stuff like that, how they can get in touch.
Well, you can find me on Facebook under my name, Vincent Dockstader. Uh, there's a couple accounts out there, my old accounts, but if you just simply go on there and look at which one's active, you'll see it's me. Um, yeah, that's really, I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I do have linked to my Facebook, so it gets posts, but I don't go on Instagram. And you can also find me on YouTube under my name as well. But I think the link is on my Facebook to the TikTok and the YouTube.
Great. Perfect. Oh my gosh, I would love to have you back. Yeah, next
Well,
time.
it would be my pleasure.
That would be, that's just so awesome, and
Yeah,
we could do whatever, even the readings together, because I see that it just it's perfect flow.
yes. And you notice how when you do a reading, how when we put our heart into it and emotion into it, that's when it really hits.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah. So yeah, I see the Jason is here. Mia, thank you very, very much for joining.
I
Really
forgot
love you
that we
so
were
much.
live.
Yeah. Yeah, we're live. More than 2 hours now.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that is awesome. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I am extremely grateful for your existence. We get to share this place together. Love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm being grateful as well and feeling grateful because this
Definitely.
is really amazing. And I can feel your loving energy because I can see it's coming through here. And it's very honest, very loving, caring, you know. I can feel
Yes.
it.
It's a pleasure to discover more of who we are, right?
Absolutely.
I think that's what
Yeah.
life is.
Know thyself. And
Yes.
when you know thyself, then you know the others as well, because we are perfect mirrors to each other.
Hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. So, guys, if you like, yeah, please share, like, subscribe, comment. My aim is to talk with with people with star seeds, with beautiful souls like Vincent. So let's inspire each other, let's lift each other, and let's share. That's what's important, you know. So that was just
And also,
amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also, if there's anybody out there that wants to reach out to me and needs someone to talk to, don't be afraid to reach out. Just so you know.
Yeah. Absolutely, feel free to reach out to Vincent or to me. We are here. And yeah, we look forward you know for the next show together, because I just really can't wait. Yeah, this is so amazing.
Yes, it is. And I think maybe for our next meeting, I'm gonna have to make a list of some new stuff to to present. I think because there's a lot of stuff that I know, but I just can't think of in the moment because I'm not on that train of thought. But if I make a list, I can actually not forget stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot actually to remember. Yeah, I also like to write some notes or keywords to remember, just what I'd like to mention. But it's really a lot, and today I'm really in the flow. So what comes through, and it's just like we jump on that wave and we go go go. So
Yes,
I just love it.
yes, and it's easy. It's so easy when you're with somebody that's on the same flow state with you. I've noticed that sometimes if I'm nervous, if I like, I don't know, it doesn't flow. But I think I've moved out of that stage lately, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. It's like at the beginning it might be some tension, but then you know it's good.
Flow, flow, flow,
It's
we go
well.
gently down the stream. Here we are, right here now, making up our dream.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye, Vince.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a good
Love you.
night. Love you. Bye.